Okay, in this video, we're going to look and see what the sign of the sums will be. So what you want to remember is that when you are adding positive and negative numbers, that if I have, for example, -5 plus +7, remember if we think of the sand example, that means that we have a hole that is -5 here, and we have 7 scoops of sand on top of the sand. So when I combine these two, notice that 5 of these 7 are going to fill the hole, and there's going to be 2 left over on top. So the way that you tell what the sign of the sum is going to be is by determining which you have more of. Do you have more negatives in your problem, or do you have more positives? And if you have more positives, that's where the leftovers are going to be. If you have more negatives, there's still going to be a hole, and so the answer would be negatives. So let's look at this example. This says, what is the sign of -500 or 456 plus +456? Well, let's think about this for a minute, because let's say that I have a hole that is 3, and then I have 3 scoops of sand. Well, if I have 3 scoops of sand and a hole that fits 3, when I combine them, it's going to be exactly even. So in that case, it would be neither positive nor negative, and the sum would be 0. All right, now let's look at this one. What is the sign of 46.2 plus 112.3? Well, both those numbers are positive, so when I add 2 positive numbers together, that would give me another positive number because there are no negatives. So that's going to be positive. And let's go to the next question. Okay, now this is interesting because this is a diagram, right? A number line. And it says, what's the sum of b plus a? So if you notice that b is above the 0, that means that b is a positive number and a is a negative number. So what we want to know is which one is further away from 0, because whichever one is further away from 0 is going to be the sign of the answer. Because in this case, letter B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from 0, so this would be +5, and this would be -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -8. So because this one is further away from 0, you can tell that the answer would be negative. If it was closer to 0, then the positive would be the answer. So this is negative. All right. And again, in this case, we have a positive and a negative that are exactly the same, which would make that 0.